Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which makes up the biblical Hebrew Israelites. So with that being said, we're going to start off this lesson like we always do by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well and that teach well while learning the truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, servants, scattered abroad the four corners of the earth, and shalom also to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere, your children, shalom. And in today's lesson, as we come out here week in and week out to do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, which is to prophesy, you see, which is to say before, man. You see, because ultimately Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah has set up men in these times, you know, watchmen, as it tells us in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17, that son of man, I have made thee a watchman, you see, unto the house of Israel, which is a people before is a place, you see. Therefore, hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's what we're sent out here to do to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Ultimately, to warn you about the impending dangers and the destruction in which it is that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah is about to bring in this present time that we are in. Because we are very well living in the time of judgment, man, where a lot of evils and things are about to begin to unfold in this place, America, man. And it's clear as day. You can see it through all of the different signs and things of that nature in which it is you see occurring in the earth. Because we know that our Lord Yahweh Shah, he ultimately left us tokens, you see, to allow us to know what time and season that we are living in. And we can see through all of the things that are happening in the earth that we're coming to the end of this world as these people know it, man. You see, which is the rulership of Esau Edom, man. You see, we're fastly approaching the downfall of this man's kingdom, and that's why you see everything happening in the earth in the way it is. You see, and these are the things that the men of the Lord are sent to warn you Israelites of, right? Which is what we always prophesied about. You see, the men of old, which are the men coming back in the reincarnation, they're doing the same thing that they did in ancient times. You see, prophesied, warning of evils, you see, impending doom, you see. So I'm going to read this precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It said, and the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war, right? And of evil, meaning bad times, and of pestilences, you see. And that's the same thing that the men of the Lord are coming back now and doing. You see, they're prophesying and warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, ultimately are these same things that are about to begin to befall upon this earth. You see, especially in this place, Babylon, the Great America. That's ultimately the things that we're sent out here to warn you of, man. You see, as the scriptures have said, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. Because we know at the end of the day that ultimately this truth is only for the elect of the nation of Israel. You see, which is a small remnant of the Lord's people, man. You see, so only the elect are going to get this truth and everybody else is going to be blinded to it. That's why you see 2/3 of our people out here in the mindset that they're in now. You see, through, lost, gone, you see, because they're getting ready to be destroyed. In these times that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah is about to bring these judgments. You see? So I'm going to actually go to St. Matthew chapter 24 through the Spirit. And we're just going to read in that chapter because, like I said, our Lord Yahweh Shah, he ultimately gave us signs in which it is that will be happening in the latter days, proving that we're coming to the end or when we're approaching his second return in the time of judgment. You see? And we're in that time of season now, you see? This is St. Matthew chapter 24. And I'm going to start at verse 3. And it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, right, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, right, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? You see, and when a lot of people hear that word, the end of the world, you know, these Christians and these bug outs that don't know the scriptures, in their mind, they believe that the entire earth is going to blow up like some Death Star for Star Wars movie or something like that, right? But in actuality, when it's talking about the end of the world, it's talking about an eon or an age, right? A certain rulership. And we know who's ultimately in control of the world now. As it tells you in Job chapter 9, verse 24, you know that the earth is given over into the hands of the wicked, who covered the faces of the judges thereof, if where and so who is he? You see, and we know that's none other than a so-called white man that's in rulership today. You see, and that's why you see all of these things happening in the earth and things are getting worse worldwide, because guess what? We're getting ready to come to the end of this man's kingdom. You see, and this place is about to go down by destruction, man. That's what ultimately the Lord is getting ready to bring upon this place. You see, as it tells you in 2nd Hedges chapter 6, right? And I'm going to grab that through the Apocrypha. This is 2nd Hedges chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 7. And it says, then answered I and said, what shall be the pardon asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, right? The ending of this world, right? And the beginning of it that followeth, right? Which is going to be the kingdom of heaven that's going to be established on earth, which is going to be governed in righteousness, you see? Which is going to be ran by our Lord Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, the King David, the 12 apostles, and 144,000, man, which are going to be the new governing body of the kingdom of heaven on earth. You see, this is what's coming, right? After this place ultimately gets destroyed, you see? And it says, verse 8, and he said unto me from Abraham, right, unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, right? Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, right? Which is the ending of this rulership, the ending of this eon, right? This kingdom that's in the possession of Esau at this moment, which is the wicked, the so-called white man. He's ruling everything now, but guess what? His time is running out. You see, and these devils know that their time is running out. That's why you see them fastly moving. We're trying to establish ultimately this new world order that they're trying to accomplish. Because they know that they only have but a short time, you see. And it says, for Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob, right, talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And we know ultimately there are speckled birds as well, which, you know, you have heathen nations. You see, our people are scattered among them as well, where you have Jakes that may look like the heathen, but their seed line also goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because we know that our people have been scattered among all nations. You see? And it says, Salakia. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. You see? So Jacob is going to be the beginning of it that followeth, which is the world that's to come, the world that's going to be governed in righteousness, man, which is going to be an everlasting kingdom that's going to be ran by the Israelites. You see, starting off with our Lord Yahushua, man. And that's ultimately what's being ushered in. And that's why you constantly seeing all of the chaos and all of the evils and everything beginning to ramp up in the earth. Because like I said, this place is getting ready to be done away with. And what's coming next is going to be the kingdom of heaven, man, which is going to be established and going to rule forever, man. As it tells you in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, that the Lord, you see, his saints are going to possess the kingdom and they're going to rule, and it's going to be forever, ever, and ever. Roughly paraphrasing it, you see. But that's what's coming, man. But we know in order for that to come, this current rulership has to be done away with, man. Right? And it is going to be done away with. Soon come, and we are in that time of season where it's about to happen. You see? So I'm going to read this back in Matthew 24, and I'm going to get back into the signs, verse 4. It says, and Yahushua said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, right? Verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying I am the anointed, and shall deceive many, right? Verse 6, and you shall hear wars and rumors of wars, you see? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? And we know ultimately the end will not come until the MOTB, the RFID CHIP is ultimately made mandatory, which is the major prophecy that we're really waiting on to come to pass. You see, because once that hits the scene, then we know ultimately after that, World War III is going to heat up to the point it's going to get to, which is ultimately going to result in the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. That's how this place is getting ready to go out. That's how the Lord is going to take down this man's system, by those nuclear bombs, man. That's going to get ready to hit this place real soon. And we see everything that's happening. You see with you having, you know, everybody picking their sides, everybody joining their alliances. You got everybody turning their back on this place, America. You see in the land of Israel over there where those Amalekites are. So we see everything that's happening in the world is shifting and moving all of the pieces in places for these prophecies to come to pass. You see, which will happen, man, because he does say the Lord, does say the Bible. These things will happen because it's ultimately the will of Yahushua. And we know what the Lord said in Isaiah 46 and 10. You see, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying that my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. So everything is going to happen according to prophecy, man, in due time. And we are living in that times where these prophecies are about to come to pass, man. You see, real soon, you know. But I'm going to finish reading. Verse 7. For nation, right, shall rise against nation, right? And that's getting ready to come to this place, America, as well. You see, this is what we're warning you Israelites about. You see, you got all of these things ultimately happening in different countries around the world. You got uproars of the people. You got all type of different things that are ultimately transpiring. But that's what we're warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians about. That there's about to be nation against nation, which is going to the civil wars, the race wars, the class wars, the gender wars, all of the different things that Yahushua is ultimately about to bring to this place, America, you see? Because ultimately we know before that nuclear destruction even comes upon this place, America, that this place is already going to be on fire internally from all of the different types of plagues and judgments and, you know, evils that the Lord is going to ultimately be sending upon this place, man. You see, in these times, you see, and we already see everything that's happening in the world. You see, especially since the whole situation happened with Captain Kirk. So you already got a lot of these Edomites. They're already pressed to having their feelings showed towards you, Jakes, how they truly feel about you, man. And that's them showing those horns, man. Because like I said, we're at the end, man, of these people being in power. And they know that. They know that this place, America, is not going to get back normal. That is not going to go to how it used to be back in the glory days. They know that stage of America is long gone. So guess what? These people are ready to lose their minds, man. They're ready to shed blood, man, these Edomites. So we know there will be race wars and class wars and civil wars coming to America. That's soon what's up for this place, man. That's what Yahushua is getting ready to bring. You see, as it tells us right here, I'm going to grab that. This is Isaiah chapter 19. And I'm going to start at verse 2. Getting straight to the point, you see. And it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? The modern day Egyptians are these Edomites and these heathens, man. But also that goes for the 2/3 of our people as well that have an Americanized mindset, man. That love their oppressor, that love Esau, Edom. Guess what? When the Lord brings all of this chaos and destruction and the fall of this man's kingdom, guess what? You 2/3 are going to get caught in the midst of it too, man. You see how Bashim Yahushua is going to judge you because he look at you as the wicked. You see, that's why 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die on this side, and they're going to have to be born back into the kingdom through the loins of the elect man and the elect lady. Because on this side, our people are absolutely through, man. You see, that's why judgment is getting ready to come for them, man. You see, but it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? That's you Babylonians, you Americans, and they shall fight, right? Everybody's going to be fighting real soon, man. You already see the beginning of it happening now. You see, with everything that's occurring in this society, with all of the jobs, people being laid off, people not being able to make ends meet. You see people depressed, people sad. You see, ain't nothing else for these Babylonians to do but to crash out. You see, and that's really what's on the mindset of a lot of these people, man. They're going to bug out real soon. And Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is the one that's going to put the spirit on them to crash out, you see? Because ultimately it's his will being done. And we know that, as it tells us in Proverbs 20 and 24, that man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? The Lord is the one that's putting the spirit in these people to charge up. Because we are in that time and season where these prophecies are about to come to pass, man. Where these things are about to begin to manifest. You see? But it says, Salakia, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor. You see, this is what's coming, man. City against city and kingdom against kingdom, man. You see, so this is what real soon is about to be happening in the shores of America. You're about to have a lot of chaos happening, man. You see, a lot of division. We already see the division in this country now. And we know what the Lord said about a kingdom divided, man. You see, that's St. Mark chapter 3, verse 23 on down. It said that a kingdom divided cannot stand but have an end. Roughly paraphrasing it. And that's where we're at. We're at the end of this man's rulership, man. So like I said, this place is about to get ready to go down by violence and destruction, man. That's what Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is about to bring to this place. You see? So I'm going to actually go to 2nd Hedges. And I'm going to go to chapter 15. Right? Because this is ultimately the time and season that we are in. You see? This is what's soon about to be taking place in this country, man. Right? And I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. That word woe means destruction, man. Because ultimately that's what the Lord is getting ready to bring upon the earth. You see, a lot of these Christians and a lot of these different bug outs that don't know the scriptures, in their mind, they believe that the Lord is coming back with kisses and presents and, you know, all type of different Christmas raps and all of this stuff that they've been taught in their churches. Little do they understand that the Lord is a man of war, as it tells you in Exodus 15 and 3. You see, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is getting ready to bring destruction, man. You see, that's St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. It tells us to think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword, man. That sword represents chaos. It represents division. You see, calamities, all type of different things that the Lord is getting ready to unfold and bring upon this place, man. You see? But it says, I'm going to read verse 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth not. And when you go into that word not, that means something that's fastly approaching. And like I said, that's why it's important, as it tells us in 2nd Hedges 9. You see, and I'm going to grab that soon come, Lord's willing. You see, to measure the time diligently, man. And that's how you got to know what time and season you're in. Because we're in a time and season of war, man. You see, as it tells you in Ecclesiastes 3, you can tell by the mindsets of the people. You can tell by everything that's happening around the world and the earth. You can feel the temperature when you come out here, man, that it's tension in the air, man. And that's the spirit that the Lord got on this place. Because like I said, this place is getting ready to go down, man. You see, this place is getting ready to be judged. You see? And I'm actually go to that precept through the spirit. We're going to get back to that Matthew. But I'm going to go to the book of Ecclesiastes, right? Bear with me. And I'm going to go to chapter 3. And we're going to start at verse 1, right? Because as it says, to everything there is a season. And the time to every purpose under the heaven, you see. So everything that happens in the earth, it ultimately happens at a season and time that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua points. You see, because the Lord is the one that's controlling all things, man. You see, he's the one controlling both good and evil. Everything that happens in the world, it all goes according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Nothing happens out of curiosity, man, or by his own, doing. No, the Lord is the one that's controlling everything in the earth, man, that we see happening, man. These prophecies, the good times, the bad times, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is controlling all of that, man. You see, that's Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things, man. You see, Esau ain't controlling nothing. You see? But it says, verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Verse 3. It says a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. You see, verse 4. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Verse 5. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, right? Verse 6. A time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. Verse 7. A time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, right? This is verse 8. And this is the point. It says a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace, you see? And ultimately, that's the season that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has in this earth right now. A time of hate and a time of war, man. So that's why you ultimately about to see all of these things that the men of the Lord have been prophesying about, starting off with the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone, about to begin to unfold, man. Ultimately, the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. These things are about to happen because we are in that time of season where these things are about to take place. You see? So I'm going to get back to 2 Hedges 15. I'm going to start at verse 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, right? And one people, right, shall stand up to fight against another. Man, that's what's about to be happening soon out here in this place, America. Because like I said, these people out here, they're already bugged out of their minds. And like I said, this place, America, is over. And majority of these people can feel it. Especially these Edomites, man. They know that their time of ruling in the good old U.S. of A. as they know it used to be, you know, when everything was good and the economy was good and things were cheap and you can go to places and not have to worry about violence. All of those days are over in America, man. And these people know it. So that's why at the end of the day, they're going to have no other choice but to ultimately act violently. What did it say in Matthew 24:12? And because iniquity shall abound, right? Sin upon sin, the love of many shall wax cold, man. And we're getting ready to come into that time. We already see people bugging out, but it's only going to get worse. You see, wait till everything in this place, America, starts to get worse than what it is now. You see, because those tariffs that Trump ultimately put on those other countries, all of those things are taking place now, man. And things are really starting to settle in. So you're going to have more people being laid off left to right. You're going to have more people ultimately being fired from these jobs. Guess what? You're going to have more people getting their food stamps, their Section 8, and all of their damn government assistance taken away from them, man. This is what's about to happen real soon in this place. And guess what? When people ain't got nothing to lose, guess what? They lose it, man. And that's what the Spirit of the Lord has upon these people, man, that they about to bug out. You see, people about to really lose their mind, man, when they see that everything that they love, cherished, and thought was going to last forever, when they see it all being stripped away from them, man. You see, these people going to act like savages and animals, man. You see? But I'm going to finish reading it. It says again, I'm going to read verse 15 still. It says, one people shall stand up to fight against another and swords in their hands, you see? And when you go into the modern day sword, that's basically talking about the gun, man, which we know ultimately that 99% of these people here in America are in possession of firearms, you see? So what you think people are going to do ultimately when, like I said, everything as they know it begins to crumble down and they're hopeless? You see, people going to take matters into their own hands, and that's what you're about to have going on in this place, America. You see, real soon, man, it's about to be violence like never before. You know, as the scriptures have said, it's going to be a time like no other, man. That's why you ultimately, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you're going to need Yahweh Shem Yahushua ultimately to make it through these times and seasons we're about to step into. Because you're not going to make it through these times on your own. You see, leaning into your understanding, going off what you believe, you see, things like that. No, that ain't going to get you through these times. The only way you're about to make it through the times with all of the different pestilence and evils that the Lord is about to bring upon this place is if he's with you, man, if you're of his elect number. Which Abarat Lord's willing, we pray and hope that we're a part of that number. You see that ultimately the Lord has mercy upon us in these evil times that we know is coming. You see? But I'm going to finish reading it. This is verse 16, right? For there should be sedition among men, you see? And that's ultimately what's getting ready to come to America as well, man. We already see sedition happening at a small scale here in America with all of the ICE raids you got happening. You see, with all of the different deportation things that Trump is doing, having these ICE soldiers with masks around their face, just snatching up people out of their houses. You already got somewhat of sedition happening in this place. Why you think every week you look in the news, there's a different protest happening? Those are what you would consider the sedition. And that word sedition goes into basically an uprising against the government. That's what these protests are, man. But eventually these protests are not going to be just people waving signs and, you know, voicing their opinions. Soon it's going to be, like I said, people taking matters into their own hands, picking up swords, modern day guns, and doing whatever they feel necessary to do. And that's what's going to happen, because who you think a lot of these people are going to blame when they see this place, America, crash? Because the economy is going to crash. You see, because we know this dollar got to be done away with for them to bring in the MOTB. You see? So America's economy is hanging on by a thread anyway. You see? And when this place crashes and this dollar is weak and it has no more value, you're going to truly see how these people are going to behave, man. Like I said, the true animal nature that these people have in them, that brute nature that a lot of these people are walking around in, that's going to be shown in these times, man. You see? That's why, as it tells you in 2nd Hedges chapter, let me grab that and I'm going to come back. Because this is the time of season that's coming, man. You see? 2nd Hedges. I'm going to start at this 2nd Hedges chapter 6. And I'm going to start at verse 22, right? But I'm going to read down to 24. That's the point. It said, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's ultimately going into the famine, man, which is going to happen in this place, America, as well. You're going to have a scarcity of food. Because we know ultimately once these civil wars and race wars begin to start commencing in this country, America, guess what? The first thing that people are going to have in their mind to do, guess what? They're going to be looting stores, man. You see, that's going to be the main mindset of these people. When the power goes out, when the grid crashes, when everything in this place just goes downhill, people's mindset is going to be focusing on trying to get food and water. So that's going to be the first place these people attack. They go into these stores, man. So you're going to have food shortages coming real soon. That's what's going to be happening in the midst of all the chaos, man. You see people going to be taking resources, hoarding it in for themselves and their families so they can be sustained in these times. That's what's coming. You see, it's about to be every man or woman for themselves, man. It's about to be survival of the fittest out here. And the only way you're going to be able to ultimately make it through this time, guess what? You're going to have your Yahweh Shem Yahushua with you, man. You see, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Because we know that our power is not dealing with you heathen nations, man. He's only dealing with his people. And only the elect of his people. Because you see, he's not dealing with the 2/3 on his side. They're going to die in all of this chaos that's coming. You see, they're not going to make it. They're through, you see. That's why we only teach this word for the elect of the nation of Israel, because it's only given unto them to understand these mysteries, man. Like our Lord Yahushua said in St. Matthew 13, unto them it is not given. You see, to these 2/3, man, it's not given unto them to understand these mysteries, to know the time and season in which it is that we are currently in. You see, they're going to continually to be blind until the destruction comes, man. You see, what did it say in the book of St. Matthew chapter 24, verse, I believe, 37 on down? For as in the days of Noah, you see, so shall it be also in the coming of the Son of Man. You see, for the days before the flood, they was eating and giving in marriage and drinking. That's what people going to be doing when all hell breaks loose, man. They not going to be expecting it. Everybody going to be in that mirth partying. You see, vacuous spirit. You see, walking after their flesh and trying to please their lustful desires. They're not even going to see the chaos that's going to be soon fastly coming upon them. That's why it's going to come like a thief. You see, that's why in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And the reason it's going to come suddenly, because like I said, look at what the average Negro, Latino, Native American man and woman is doing. They have no idea that these times that the men of the Lord are prophesying about are soon about to come upon this place, America, man. You see, in their mind, they don't believe this stuff ever going to happen that we talk about. You see, they look at us out here, they think we crazy. Oh, man, y'all just talking. That shit ain't going to ever happen. That Bible, the white man book. You see, this is what they say, man. But at the end of the day, these same people going to get caught up in the midst of all this stuff, man, when it comes. And guess what? They not going to have the Lord with them. You see, it's going to be a lot of dead bodies real soon in the streets of America, man. That's what's coming to this place, right? So I'm going to finish reading it. 2nd Hedges chapter 6. And I'm going to read verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid, right? Verse 24. And at that time shall friends, right, fight one against another like enemies, man. That's how bad it's going to be out here real soon, man. You see, your mama going to be against you. Hey, the Lord said that he's come to set a man at variance. You see, a mother against her daughter, the father against his son. You see, the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law. You see, these are the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to bring. And these are the things that people don't like discussing. You see, because they love these, you know, things that they have on this earth, man. But like I said, the Lord is coming to disrupt everything, man. You see? And it says, and at that time shall friends fight against another like families, like enemies, Salakia. And the earth shall stand in fear, right? With those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run, you see? So like I said, man, it's about to get real ugly out here in this place, man. Soon come, you see? And I'm going to finish reading where I left off at in 2nd Hedges chapter 15. I'm going to go back to verse 16. For there should be sedition among men, man. You see, people about to be fighting against the government. You see, people about to be out here, you know, taking matters into their own hands, doing what they see fit. It's about to be complete anarchy out here in this place, America, man. You see, and ultimately we can't wait for it because we know that ultimately These things must take place in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established on earth, man. You see, this place got to go, man. So guess what? The destruction and the chaos has to take place, man. And we're ready for it to take place. The scriptures say in 2 Peter 3:11, hastening the coming of the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, roughly paraphrasing. So we're hastening until the day of this destruction to come forth. So we, Lord's willing, we be at that number, we can get up out of here, man. You see, because this place is not it, man. You see, this place is not it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to finish reading it. For there should be sedition among men, right? And invading one another, right? They shall not regard their kings nor princes, man. Those modern day kings and princes is talking about this government, the police officers, the military that these government officials are going to establish in these cities. All of these things are going to be happening and being mandated in the midst of all this chaos, man. Because ultimately we know that Esau Edom, he wants the chaos to happen. You see, because this devil, he has a motto, you see, which goes back to Freemasonry. It talks about order out of chaos, you know, or order out of chaos. So we know that ultimately these devils, these elites, you see, on the left-hand side, they need this chaos to come, man. Because like I said, that's going to open the door for them to come in with their agenda, man, which is what they want to happen anyway. Why you think you keep seeing so many psyops? You see so many different things in the news that they're pushing out to try to get in the minds of the people to stir up things. You see, even though it's the will of the Lord, you see, because we know the Lord controls the minds of the kings, as it tells us in Proverbs 21:1, that the king's heart, meaning his mind, is in the hands of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is ultimately putting the spirit on the minds of these devils to do what they're doing, man, to create that division, to create that tension for these times that we are about to step into. You see, everything is going according to prophecy, man. You see, and it's all ultimately the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? So I'm going to finish reading it. It says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? Verse 17, a man or a woman, right, shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, you see. And the reason why people ain't going to be able to move around freely in these cities, because like I said, soon come, you're about to have martial law. Why you think you see Donald Trump doing everything he's doing with deploying these National Guards to these different cities? He started off with Washington, D.C. Now he got them in Memphis. Now he's saying he's going to send them out to other different states throughout America. Hey, that's only the prelude to what's to come, man, which is going to be these devils locking this place down, man. What did it say in Revelation chapter 12? I'm going to grab that real quick through the spirit, because this is ultimately what we see taking place, man. You see this devil's moving like a serpent. You see he's being subtle, and he's being manipulative with the things he's doing. You see? Like it tells you in Psalms 55:21, it says that the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. You see, because in his mind, he's telling these Americans, these simple Babylonians that don't know prophecy, he's telling them that ultimately we're deploying these National Guard troops to these cities because ultimately we want to lower the crime rate. That's all a lie, man. They're really deploying these National Guards to these cities because, like I said, it's all to set the stage for what's to come, man, which is going to be these people locking this place down, man, part of their new world order. You see that enterprise that they want to establish, which we know it won't prosper. You see it's going to fail. What did the prophet Job say in chapter 5, verse 12? He said, he, which is talking about the Heavenly Father, disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. So this devil ain't going to get his new world order off the system, or off the, he's not going to get it to the point that he thinks it's going to get to. You see, what did it say in Job chapter 20, verse 23? When he is about to fill his belly, you see, Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall cast upon him the anger and fury, man, roughly paraphrasing it. And that's going to be done by, like I said, the way this place America is going to go out by those thermonuclear missiles, man. You see, in the midst of World War III, right along with the laser beams of the chariots. You see, that's what's getting ready to come to America. That's going to be this place's fate, man. You see, it ain't going to be this place getting back great again and going back to what it used to be and all of that stuff that you simple-minded Americans want to believe in your mind. That ain't what's coming. What's coming is destruction, man. You see? So I'm going to get back to, it was the precept I wanted to grab. Bear with me, Akin. It says, let me see. Oh yeah, Revelation 12:12. Because this is what we ultimately see happening, man. You see this devil getting ready to come in like a flood, man. You see, and that's because he knows that his rulership is done. He knows that him being in power, him ruling over the Lord's people, you see, all of that stuff is him ruling over the nations. All of that is coming to an end for this damn devil, man. And he feel it. These elites, these Rockefellers, these Rothschilds, these DuPonts, these Gettys, all of these people at the top, the elite banking families, they know that ultimately their rulership is coming to an end. You think they don't know? In these meetings that they having in these back offices and secrecy, where they like to involve in, guess what? All of that stuff that they doing, they know it's about to come to an end, man. You think they ain't talking about this in the back room? Oh, we know we only got a short time. Hey, let's try to get this new world order off the floor. Why you think they got Agenda 2030, man? You see, which I don't believe, me just speaking as a man, that this place has 2030. You see, because how the prophecies are playing out, this place America ain't got long, man. You see, everything is happening just the way the Lord said it would. You see, this place America does not have to 2030, man. I don't see this country going 5 more years. I don't even see this place going 2 more years, man. That's just me speaking as a man. You see, because ultimately we know, as the scriptures said, no man knoweth the hour nor the time, only the Heavenly Father. You see, so we don't know when the Lord is ultimately going to return, but we know that it's coming soon. And we can see that through the signs that are happening in the earth, through the prophecies, man. You see? But this is Revelations chapter 12. And I'm going to start at verse 12, right? Because this is what this devil is doing, man. This is what he's about to do. He's already doing it, but he's doing it, in a cunning, deceptive type of way. You see, he's not just blatantly coming out with it, but soon to come, he's about to do that, man. Because like I said, he got to move quick to try to establish his enterprise, man. He's on a time schedule, and these devils know that. You see? This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, right? And ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, right? That's not talking about no man under the ground in hell, with a pitchfork and red horns, man, that you Christians like to believe in your damn mind. No, that's not talking about him, even though you do have the spiritual demon Satan, but he only take marching orders from the Heavenly Father, man. He's not in no place called hell where he just rolling and doing whatever he want to do. No, man, that's all madness. You see, but you also have the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, which is this devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. That's who this is talking about when it says that devil. You see? And what he's about to do, right? It says, for the devil has come down unto you, right? Because the main target ultimately are going to be the Israelites, mainly the elect, because that's who this devil is truly trying to come after. You see, because he ultimately believes in his mind that if he gets the Lord elect, he can alter prophecy, man. Which we know, the Lord is going to lift up that standard for the elect, man. You see, this devil ain't going to be able to do nothing to the Lord's remnant, man. Now, 2/3, you see, they're going to be cut off, man. The Lord ain't going to have no edge of protection over the 2/3, man. So they're going to die. You see, but the 1/3, the Lord is going to lift up that standard for the remnant, man. And they're going to be protected and guarded, and the Lord is going to protect them ultimately in these times when this devil does come in, you see. Because he's definitely getting ready to crack down, you see. We already see that, you see. But I'm going to finish reading. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, right? Having great wrath, man. You go into that word wrath, that means extreme anger, man. So like I said, this devil knows he's about to be out of the power seat. He knows that ultimately his rulership is coming to an end. He knows he's about to go in slavery. So this devil is mad, you see, and he's about to show that hate, you see, real soon, man, But it says, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. You see, he knows that he have a short time to rule the earth. You see, he knows that the Lord is about to come and take his red ass down. He knows these things, man. These elites know it. You see, these low-level Edomites that go to church every day and do whatever they do, they don't have no clue what's going on. But the elites at the top, they know very well the prophecies and what's coming. You see, and that's why they're trying to move quickly with their new world order. You see, that's why they're trying to hurry up and fastly try to set everything up and put it in place. But little do they know that the Lord is controlling everything, man. And what did the Lord say in Job chapter 14? I got to grab that. I got to grab it. Right? This is Job chapter 14. Salakia. And I'm going to read verse 14, I'm going to start at verse 5, right? It says, seeing his days are determined. You see, so your day is already determined, E. You see how long you're going to be in power, how long you're going to, be doing what you're going to be doing, how long you think your new world order is going to last. Guess what? All of that has already been determined in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's already been already set from the beginning, man. You see? So it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Talk about with the Heavenly Father, man. Right? Thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So guess what? Like I said, you're not going to be able to get your enterprise off the ground like you think it's going to get. It's not going to reach to that extent that these devils think they're going to go with it, man. Because guess what? The Lord going to take it down, man. You see? It's not going to prosper, you see? And that's why these devils is getting ready to come down with that wrath, man. Because like I said, they're trying to do everything they can to try to fulfill this new world order, man. You see? That's what it's about with these devils. You see? But I'm going to get back into where I left off at. 2nd Hedges chapter 15, and I'm going to read verse 17, because like I said, this is what everything plays into, right? It said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And like I said, that's going to be these devils, right? Trying to implement that new world order. They're going to lock this place America down via military. You see, it's going to be martial law. You're going to have checkpoints. You're going to have everything out here barricaded and boarded up by the military, man. That's what they coming with. And like I said, everything that you see Donald Trump doing now in Washington, D.C. and Memphis and all these other states where you have National Guard deployed at, that's only the prelude. That's only the beginning. Soon to come, they're going to have United Nations soldiers out here. You see, they're going to have these foreign troops that came across the border during those 4 years of Joe Biden that nobody knows where they went. Oh, they going to pop out the cut real soon, man. And they going to be the ones patrolling the streets with tanks and guns, putting down a lot of you Americans, man. You see, because that's what the Lord going to put in their spirit to do, just to put a lot of you to death, man. That's why we getting ready to come into a time where it's about to be a lot of judgment, man. It's about to be a lot of death, man. Right? I'm going to go to that, 2nd Hedges chapter 5, because this is what's coming, man. You see? And I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth, right, shall be taken in a great number. And how is that ultimately going to happen with people being taken from the earth in a great number? It's going to happen ultimately due to the judgment that Yahweh Shai is about to pour out upon the earth. You see, you're going to have a lot of people being sent to the spiritual realm, man, due to all of these different evils that the Lord is about to ultimately unleash upon the earth. You see, so a lot of people are going to be getting sent back upstairs, man. You see? And it says, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, right? Verse 2. But iniquity, right, talking about sin upon sin, wickedness, shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. Like I said, man, it's about to get ugly out here. You see? But this is back at 2nd Hedges 15. And I'm going to read verse 18. It said, for because of their pride, right? And when you look at everybody ultimately in this place, Babylon, the great America, especially these damn women, you see, they proud as hell, man. But guess what? We living in the time and season where Yahweh Shai is about to bring all that pride to a cease, man. You see all of that arrogancy, high-mindedness, thinking highly of yourself. That's about to be over real soon, man. Because like I said, hey, it's going to be real bad out here, man. You see, what did it say in 2nd Hedges 8:50? For many great miseries shall be done unto them that in the latter time that dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. That's the sole reason why the Lord is about to punish a lot of these people, man. Because a lot of these people in their mind, they're too proud. They're full of themselves, man. And we know that the Lord despises pride, man. It tells you that in Proverbs chapter 6, there be 7 things which the Lord doth hate. A proud look was the first one mentioned, man. You see, because the Lord is against pride, man. You see, because when you proud and full of yourself, then guess what? You basically thinking you better than the Lord, man. And that's the spirit that a lot of these Americans are in, that nobody can touch them. They can't, go through these things. Everything the men of the Lord are warning about. Oh, that'll never happen to me. I'm too good. I'm exempt from that. That ain't going to touch me. That's what these people's mindset is, man. Little do they know that, hey, these things coming upon you, man. You see, if you ain't got Yahweh Shai and you're not of the elect of the nation of Israel, the 1/3 remnant, and guess what? These judgments and these things that the men of the Lord are speaking is coming straight for you, man. You see, and ain't nothing you can do to get out of it. You see? But it says, for because of their pride, right? The city shall be troubled, right? That's why this place is about to be in chaos real soon, man, because of the pride. You see? Because of the behavior of these Babylonians, man. You see? It says the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid, man. You see? Because like I said, you're going to have so much chaos and violence happening out here in these streets of America. People just going to be ransacking people's houses, man. You see? You're going to have all of that taking place. You see? Nothing but people just losing their minds and bugging out, you know? This is verse 19. It says, a man, right, shall have no pity upon his neighbor. These are the times that we coming into, man. So your favorite neighbor, Bob, that you ultimately been knowing for 20, 30 years, that you think loves you, and you think he your best neighbor, he can do no wrong, he going to be your worst enemy in the day that's coming. You see, he ain't going to be regarding you when he see that his refrigerator is empty, and he ultimately have no food to support his family, and they're starving and hungry, and he see that you've been stocking up and prepping on food for years, and you and your family eating. What you think he going to do? He going to come in your house and put you and your family down and take whatever it is you had to get to his family. This is what's coming. You see, these are the things that are going to be happening real soon in the streets of America, man. You see? But it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, man. People ain't going to have no compassion, no mercy. You see, people already in this place, America, don't have that as well. You see, they don't care about each other but themselves, man. Everybody in this place is self, what you want to call it? They're all thinking about self. You see, everybody out for their own gain and personal desires, man. People don't care about the next damn person. So how much more in this day that's coming, man, when everything is hitting the fan? Oh, yeah, people definitely ain't going to be caring about each other, man. Because it's already a dog-eat-dog world in this place now. So how much more, you see, when the destruction comes? You see, it's going to be absolutely terrible out here, you know? I see y'all now. All right, let me go to this precept real quick that I'm going to grab. Because this is what's coming, man. I'm going to go to 2 Timothy. Right? I'm going to go to 2 Timothy. Bear with me. I'm going to go to 2 Timothy. Chapter 3. And I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, there's no also that in the last days perilous times should come, man. And when you go into that word perilous, that goes into a time full of uncertainty, times that are dangerous, times that are hazardous. You see, and we are definitely in those terrible times, man. We definitely in those times where things are about to heat up and get worse than what we see ultimately occurring now. It's about to get bad out here real soon in this place, America, man. Right? And as it says, I'm going to read on down, verse 2. For men, right, shall be lovers of their own selves, man. And that's what you see ultimately when you look at these people here in Babylon the Great. You see these men, these women, 2/3 of our people, the heathen. Everybody is in love with themselves. Everybody think they somebody, you see. Everybody full of themselves with pride. You see, it's oozing out for these people, man. You see, but that's about to be the reason that the judgment is about to come, that these people are about to dwell in torments real soon because of their pride, man. Right? What did it say in Luke chapter 14, verse 11? That he that exalteth himself shall be abased, you see. But he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Roughly paraphrasing it, you see. But that's what's getting ready to come to this place, man. Right? And it says, covetous, right? That word covetous goes into being greedy of gain or being greedy of what you see another have, being envious. And that's a lot of these people here in this place, America. That's very powerful in what we see amongst our own people, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Why do you think the, Jake on Jake crime is so high in America, man? Because ultimately Jake can see somebody with something that they have, you see, that they didn't ultimately work their lives for, or they probably got. You see, and Jacob envy that person for what they see them with and seek to take their life for it, man. So you got that spirit out here in America where people are covetous, man. You see, greedy of gain, greedy of getting what somebody else ultimately possesses, man. And they're willing to do anything to get it. You see, even if it means pulling you down, man. You see, that's the spirit that we see in this place, America. You see, and that's how we know that this place is getting ready to be judged, man. You see, because ultimately we know before the first death happened, where it tells you about in the book of Genesis, when you go into the flood, you see, and I'm going to grab that. And we see the same thing happening here in this place, America. That's how we know that this place is about to, meet its fate real soon, that this place is on its last leg. This is pre-flood behavior that we see happening in America. Only thing you got to do is look at the mindsets of the people, how they conduct themselves, especially our people. And you know dang well that we're in a time of season where the Lord is about to stop this, man. You see, so a flood is getting ready to come, but it's going to be this time of fire. You see, the first death was a flood of water, but in this time, it's going to be a flood of fire, which is going to come through those ICBM missiles, man, which is going to destroy this place, America, and everything in it. You see, that's what's soon about to come, right? But I'm going to grab Genesis chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 5. And it says, and Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man and woman, right, you see, was great in the earth, just like it is now, man. You see, just like during the days of Noah before the flood happened, which was the first death, people were doing everything that we see them doing now, man. You see, there is no new thing under the sun, as the scriptures have said. So just how people were wicked back then and doing all of the stuff they doing now in their folly, that's what these people are doing now. Not knowing what's ultimately about to come upon them, man. You see, these people are oblivious to the time and season we are in. I'm talking about our people, man. You see, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You see? And it says, and Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man, right, and woman was great in the earth, and that every imaginations of the thoughts of his or her heart, meaning their minds, right, was only evil continually, man. And you can't tell me that the average so-called Negro, Latino, Native American men and women in America, a good majority of our people, you see, that the only thing they're primarily focused upon is wickedness, man. That's all that really gets them off, man. It tells you in Jeremiah 4:22 that for my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are Sodom's children. You see, they are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. Everybody out here in this place, America, amongst our people, they're all in that mindset of being wicked, man. You see, that's all they think about day in and day out. And they ultimately believe in their mind that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is ultimately going to continue to keep letting this place go on in the state that it's in. That's a lie, man. The Lord is getting ready to take this place down, man. You see, real soon, So I'm going to get back to 2 Timothy chapter 3. And it says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, right? And Jake loved that boasting spirit, you see. Oh, I got these shoes, you don't got them. Oh, I got this much money. All of that type of madness, man. That's what Jake do, you see. That's the mindset that our people are in, And it says proud, right? Everybody in this place, America, is proud, man. Other than the Lord's hopeful elect, you see that are trying to rehearse the righteous acts to the best of our abilities. We come in a meek and humble spirit to the best of our abilities, you see. But everybody in this place, America, man, they're full of pride, man. You see, everybody in this place, man, these women, these men, they teaching their little kids to come up. They proud and full of themselves. I mean, this whole country is just wicked, man. You see? But hey, that's what happened when you ultimately had a wicked in power, man. What does it say in Proverbs 29:2? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. This is what happened when you had a wicked in rulership, man. You got the earth in a low state, man. You see? And that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to do away with this wicked ass place, man. You see? But it says, blasphemers, right? Disobedient to parents. That's talking about your spiritual parents, man. You see? Which also that can go to your actual parents as well, but mainly it's talking about your spiritual parents. And nobody obeys their spiritual parents, man. You see? And our spiritual parents are the men of great millstone, starting out with the elder apostle Tahar, the elder apostle Gabar, the elder apostle Rakat, the elder apostle Ramlab, and the bishop elders, man. And the men on down that teach the same doctrine. You see, but mainly our elders, they are our spiritual parents who we learn this truth from, man. And don't nobody, regard whatever it is that they say, man. You see, they shun it away, they come up against it, they scoff, they mock. You see, Jake do all of these different types of things, man. Our people are just sick, man. You see, and that's why ultimately the judgment has to come, man. You see? But I'm going to finish reading. It says, unthankful and unholy, man. You see, that word holy means to be set apart. And we know that ultimately our people don't want to be set apart, man. They love the ways of America. You see, they love the ways of Esau, man. They love everything that this devil has set up for them to do. To get high all day, to get drunk, to smoke cigarettes, and all this other bullshit that they do. That's what these people mindset is on. That's what they love, you know what I mean? But guess what? All of that is about to be burnt up too, right along with this place, America, man. You see, your Black and Miles, your whatever you smoke, you see, all of that is soon to come about to be melted, man. You see, right along in this place. This is verse 3. Without natural affection, you see? And when you go into that word, without natural affection, that's what you see happening in America, man. Like I said, everybody has that, eat or get ate mentality. Everybody has that, do as thou wilt, care for yourself, narcissistic mindset. So these people have no affection for each other. Everybody in this place is cold-hearted, lacking empathy, don't care about the next person. And I'm talking about amongst our people, man, because we don't care about you heathen nations. So we only care about our people. You see, Yasha Allah. You see, princes of the power, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. And our people are in this mindset, man. You see? But it says, truce breakers, right? False accusers, incontinent, fierce, and despisers of those that are good, man. And we know ultimately our people despise us for teaching this word, man. You see, for trying to warn them ultimately of what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to bring. Our people look down upon us, man. They shun us. What did it say in Amos chapter 5, verse 10? It said they hated him. They abhor him that speaketh uprightly and that rebuketh at the gate. Roughly paraphrasing, you see? So our people despise us ultimately for telling them the things that the Lord want them to hear. You see, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, because ultimately our people despise the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? What did Lord Yahweh say in St. John chapter 7, verse 7? And I'm going to grab that, because ultimately it's not us who they hate, man. They really just hate Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The 2/3 of our people absolutely despise the Lord and his ways, man. And that's because they want to do things the way they want to do it. You see, they want to behave in the way that they see fit. You see, they don't want to listen to the Lord. You see? I'm going to grab that through the Spirit. This is St. John chapter 7. And I'm going to read verse 7, you see? And it says, the world cannot hate you, you see? So the world don't hate us, man. Because like I said, at the end of the day, we just coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see? We know that ultimately they hate the Lord, man. That's who they really despise. They despise this word, man, these scriptures. It ain't us who they hate. You see? It says, the world cannot hate you, but me it hateth. You see, they hate our Lord Yahushua, man. Right? And this is red letter Lord Yahushua speaking, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, man. Right? So it says, the world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it, right? That the works thereof are evil, man. And these people works in this place, America, is nothing but wickedness, man. You see, that's all our people is primarily focused on, man. Just like Lord Yahushua told those wicked jakes back then when he was on the earth, ye are of your father the devil, man. You see, and I'm going to grab that real quick through the spirit, because our people are of their father the devil. You see, they following after his ways. You see? And that's why when this devil goes down there in his system, you 2/3 jakes are going down right along with your father Esau Edom, man, which is the so-called white man. You see? You're going to be punished right along with him since you love him so much. You see? This is St. John chapter 8 And I'm going to read verse 44. And it says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, going back to Cain, right? And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speak of a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it, man. You see, that's talking about Esau, Edom, man. And that's the spirit that our people is in, man. You see, our people love the ways of this devil. You see, what does it say in, I got to grab that. I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 30. All right, bear with me. This is Isaiah chapter 30, and I'm going to start at verse 9, right? And I'm going to read on down. It says that this is a rebellious people, man, right? Talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Our people are very rebellious, man. They don't want to listen to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, they despise the ways of the Lord, man. You see? But guess what? As it tells us in Proverbs 14 and 12, you know, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man or a woman, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So it may look like a right thing to do to, you know, follow out your own ways, keep being wicked, keep acting like YNs and, you know, whatever else you jakes call yourselves, keep behaving in that manner. But hey, it's going to end up with you being judged, man. You see, by the living power, man. Yahweh Shah. You see? And you know they don't call the Lord Alashijah for no reason, man. Demon-like power. The king of terrors is about to ultimately unleash a lot of, you know, cruel judgments upon his people, man. You see, and ultimately you jakes can't say you wasn't warned at the end of the day because we told you. You see, whether you were here or for bad, the scriptures have said. You see, we don't care if you don't believe it. We don't care if you don't get it. We don't care if you don't understand it. But you were warned. You were told to repent. You were told to seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua while you have time. Now, if you choose to listen or not, that's up to you. But we know that only the elect are going to get it anyway. You see, so we ain't caring about 2/3, man. It's only about the elect. All right? But this is Isaiah chapter 30. And I'm going to read verse 9, right? And it says that this is a rebellious people, right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Lying children, right? It says children that will not hear the law of the Lord. You see, Jake don't want to hear the law of the Lord. You see, Jake don't want to hear and take heed to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? And that's because ultimately, like I read just a few seconds ago, they are their father, the devil, man. They walking in that spirit of Esau, man. You see, that wicked spirit. You see, it says, verse 10, which say to the seers, right? Seers was an ancient term for prophets. You see, that's what they were called back in the ancient world, seers. You see, those that can see into the future, you see. Prophets, basically, you see. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. You see, Jake don't want to hear what the scriptures say, man. You see, Jake don't want to hear that Babylon, the great America, this wicked place, this cesspool of wickedness, that this place is going to be destroyed real soon. Jake don't want to hear that. That's why when they hear us saying these things, they walk right on by looking at us like we crazy. Because they don't want to believe in their mind that this place that they love so much, that this place is about to get ready to be destroyed real soon. Jake don't want to believe that, man. But that's what's coming, whether you believe it or not. That's what's coming to this place, man. Thermonuclear destruction. You see? And laser beams shooting from the chariots. That's what the Lord is getting ready to, you know, punish this place America by, you see? But I'm finished reading it. It says, which say to the seers, right? See not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, you see? And that's what Jake want to hear, man. You see, because ultimately the truth ain't in the 2/3 of our people. They don't want to hear, you see the 100% truth according to the Bible, man. They want to hear that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is a nice guy. You see, they want to believe that he can be saved. You see that when the Lord returns, he's coming back to deliver Edomites, Ishmaelites, Ammonites, Moabites, that the Lord loves everybody, you see, because this is what they've been taught in them harlot houses, man, in them Christian churches that they go to every week. This is what Jake want to listen to. And if it ain't going according to that narrative, then that's what they don't want to hear. You see? But it says, verse 11, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Yasha to cease from before us. You see, they want the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to cease from before them. That's why we know that persecution of the men of the Lord is coming soon, man, because these people despise us, man. You think they like us coming out here every week and teaching this Bible in truth and sincerity and boldness, standing in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? No, the 2/3 of our people absolutely hate it, right along with these heathens, man. You see, so they want this word to be taken away, mainly by getting rid of the men of the Lord. That's why there will be persecution real soon. And we see that everything that's ultimately happening in this place, America, that we're ultimately coming into that time of persecution, man. You see, the famine of the word is going to happen when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians won't be able to hear this word going out, because the Lord is going to put a You see the men of the Lord mouths are going to be closed. When the evil start coming, we ain't going to be coming out here teaching, man, real soon, man. And we see that through everything these devils are setting up. You just had the little Edomite chick that's on the truck. She just came out and said, maybe about 2-3 days ago, I did a video on it. She was basically talking about how, they're going to attack anybody that's, teaching HATE speech. And we know ultimately who they look at as those that are teaching that. And that's the men of the Lord, man, because what we're teaching, it goes against the wickedness that happens in this society, man, in this country. You see, we're against this place, man. And that's why these people soon come going to be against us. They're already against us. But they're about to start showing it real soon, man. But what did Lord Yahushua say in John 15, right? I'm going to grab that. You see? Because that time of persecution is coming. You see? This is St. John chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. You see, they hated our Lord Yahushua first. And like I said, we're coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So guess what? We're going to be hated by this world as well. You see, us standing up for righteousness ultimately in a wicked ass society, in a wicked place full of wicked people, man. You see, so these people are against us, man. You best believe that, right? Everybody, you see, if they're not in this truth, guess what? Then it's a potential that, they against you, man. You see, that just is what it is, because we know ultimately everything in this society is stacked up against us, man. Right? What did it say in Isaiah 59 and 15? He that departed from evil maketh himself a prey, man. We're a prey in the eyes of these people, man. They look at us as weak because we're not doing the things that they're doing. You see, that's why this world don't accept us, man. And so be it. We don't want to be accepted by this wicked ass place, man. You see? But it says, verse 18, if the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. Verse 19, if you were of the world, right, the world will love his own. You see? So guess what? If we was out here doing everything that Jake, 2/3 of heathens do, and we were out here smoking blunts and, doing all type of wickedness, out here trying to get with the next man's wife, you see, doing all type of, just ill things, guess what? We'll be celebrated. We'll be liked. You see, your people loved you when you was that old man, Jake. You see? And a lot of you brothers that are in this truth, you understand what I'm saying. People loved you when you was in the world being evil. When you was doing wickedness, when you was out here still doing the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushua shunned you for, guess what? The world accepted you, man. But seeing now that we're not of this place anymore, and we departed from the ways and the ideologies and the beliefs of this place, guess what? We hate it. And guess what? So be it. We love being hated. You see, because we know that we're doing the right thing, man. You see? But it says, verse 19, if you are of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, right? But I have chosen you out of the world, you see? Therefore, the world hateth you, man, you see? And that's what we see happening ultimately, And like I said, it's about to become more prevalent in these times we're stepping into. That's part of this devil coming in with great wrath, too. You see him persecuting the men of the Lord, man. That's coming, you see? And this is verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So like I said, man, persecution is getting ready to come to this place, America, man. You see? Because they're already trying to, censor certain things, taking down certain brothers' channels. You got Esau, he be interfering, playing with the videos of brothers that they posted, messing with the audio, all type of stuff, messing with your live feed. Yeah, that's all part of the persecution that's soon to come, man. Because like I said, these devils hate this word, man. 2/3 despise it and these heathens, man. You see? And we know because this word is powerful, man, as it tells us right here. I'm going to go to Hebrews chapter 4, man, right? Because this word is very powerful, man, and that's why they ultimately want to put an end to it. But ultimately, we know that it's really the Lord that's putting an end to it. You see, because once the elect of the nation of Israel gets sealed, guess what? Then the judgment comes. You see? Because that's ultimately who this word is only for. So once they receive it, they got it, then the Lord can go and do what he got to do. You see? These prophecies are going to start rolling full speed, right? But bear with me. This is we'll go to Hebrews chapter 4. And I'm going to start at verse 12, right? Getting straight to the point. It says, for the word of Yahweh is quick, right? That's talking about these scriptures. And powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, you see, and this is why soon to come, like I said, we're going to be persecuted, man, because this word that we're teaching is so powerful. We don't need a weapon. We don't need a sword. We don't need to take matters into our own hands. Only thing we got to do for the men of the Lord is continue to teach this word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And the spirit of the Lord that is consuming this devil through these words is going to do everything that it needs to do. You see, we just got to continue to teach till ultimately that time does come when the Lord tells us to stop, when the famine of the word hits. You see, because like I said, that famine of the word is coming soon, man. And a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, you're going to ultimately wish in the times to come that you would have took heed to the men of the Lord. You're going to wish that you would have got this knowledge in you when you had the time. You see, it's going to be a lot of sad faces out here real soon. Like I said, everybody just, going with the flow of things because they ultimately believe in their mind that, things is going to continue to keep going in the way that it's going. They don't believe that the men of the Lord are going to stop teaching on these highways and byways. They think we just going to be out here forever doing this. No, there is a time when this stuff comes to an end. And we in that time now. You see, it can come within the next days, weeks, months, man. You see, tomorrow the Lord can put the spirit on these devils to do it, man. You see, to take all our videos off YouTube. You see, and things like that, man. All of this stuff is coming, But it says, for the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, right? Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is the discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart, meaning the mind. So like I said, this word that we're speaking, man, is very powerful. You see, and this is what got these people hurt, man, because they're cut. You see, all of these words that we're bringing out of these scriptures, especially these prophecies that we're speaking, telling this devil that his rulership is getting ready to come to an end, telling the 2/3 of our people they're going to be destroyed. Oh, you best believe that these people are hurt. And like I said, that all goes tied into the persecution that's coming, man, where these people are going to seek to put hands on us, man, right? But like I was saying, the Lord is going to lift up that standard for the elect, you see? And we know that some of us ultimately can be martyrs, because that is in the scriptures as well. You see that some of us are going to be martyrs. We're going to have to give our lives for this truth. But hey, we know that the Lord is going to reward us if that's our lot. You see, what did it say? Revelation 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, right, the so-called white man, shall cast some of you into prison, man, that you may be tried. And you shall have tribulation 10 days, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. You see, and we know that the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first, man, as it tells us in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16 and 17, right? And as it tells us in the book of Psalms, you see, it says that nothing is more precious in the sight of the Lord than the death of his saints, man. So that's going to be an honorable thing to ultimately give your life up for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Ultimately, that's our lot. You see, because we know that that's going to be some of us hopeful like brothers and sisters' lot, especially when this charagma comes into the picture and we don't take it. You see, and that's going to be part of the persecution as well. You don't take this charagma. You don't bow down to this devil's system. You don't go along with his ideologies. You see, that's going to be the reason also why the persecution is going to happen. Because anybody that don't take in the C-hip inside of their body, guess what? You're going to be looked at as the people in this place as a threat. You see, because that's how this devil's going to paint the narrative. That anybody that don't take the C-hip, to those that have the C-hip, they're going to look at you as an enemy. You see, this is what's coming. Right? So I'm going to grab that, right, real quick through the spirit. I'm going to go to St. Matthew chapter 10. Right? And I'm going to go straight to the point. I'm going to go to verse, I start at verse 22, right? It said, and ye shall be hated, right? This is red letter, Lord Yahushua. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, right? That's talking about the 2/3. That's talking about the heathens. All of these people that are already against us. But like I said, we're coming into a time where they're not going to be hiding that hate. It's not going to be anybody scoffing on the comment boards and, saying all of their different feelings that they have towards you. It's going to be blatant, man. You see that these people are going to show us in these times to come that they really despise us, man. You see? And like I said, as I read earlier, that's because they despise the Lord, man. You see? It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that shall endure unto the end shall be saved, man. And that's what we ultimately want to do, Abarat Zah, man. You see, Lord's willing, we be at that number. We pray and hope that we're a part of the Lord's remnant. That whatever it is that ultimately may do come our way, or whatever we may have to face, whatever our lot may consist of, that we endure, man. You see? All right? But I'm going to get back into where I left off at in the book of 2 Hedges 15. Going back into that, right? And I'm going to start at verse 19 again, right? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? But shall destroy their houses, right? With the sword, right? And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation, man. And like I said, that's what's ultimately getting ready to come to this place, America, man. You're about to have all of these things getting ready to unfold in this place. You see chaos, all type of different, mayhem. You see, it's about to be, like a third world country out here in these streets of Babylon the Great real soon, man. You see, and it's fastly approaching, So I'm going to get back also to Matthew 24, where I left off at. You see? And I'm going to get back into a few of those tokens. You see those signs that our Lord has left us to allow us to know what time and season we are in prophecy, man, where we're at, right? This is Matthew chapter 24. And I'm going to start at verse 7 again. It said a kingdom against kingdom. And there should be famines, man. You see? And like I was going into just a second ago, hey, those food shortages are going to happen, man. That's what's really going to ultimately allow a lot of the chaos that's ultimately going to happen in this country happen. Because like I said, we know that these people here in America, your big Shirleys, your big Keishas, all of these 300, 400, 500-pound black women that's walking around America right along with their offsprings, guess what? They can't go a day without eating. You see, these people don't know how to go 2-3 days fasting and not, having food in their body, abstaining from certain things. They're not built like that in their minds, man, because they're not preparing themselves for these times. Because like I said, in their minds, they feel like America is going to constantly have all of the things that it has. They don't see these Walmarts and these Krogers and these Publix and all these other different storehouses getting empty. They think they just going to continuously get filled up every week. But like I said, that's soon all about to dry up in this place, man. You see? There's going to be famine in this country real soon, man. You see? And I'm going to go second address. I'm going to go to chapter 16. And I'm going to start at verse 8. And I'm going to roll down in the spirit, right? It says, the mighty Lord sent the plagues. And who is he that can drive them away? You see? And all of those things that are plagues, you see, are these things in which it is I'm listing. The Lord going to send famine as a plague. He's going to send teeth of wild beasts as a plague. You see, he's going to send pestilences, all type of different things to plague and to judge and to punish people, man. You see? And like it says, who is he that can drive them away? Nobody, man. Nobody can ultimately stop these things in which it is the Lord is bringing, man. Because like I said, he's bringing these things for judgment, man. Because we are in that time of season when judgment is about to be brought to this earth, man. Especially to this place, America, man. What did it say in the book of Psalms, chapter 119? It said, it is the time for thee, O Lord, to work, because they have made void thy law, man. We're in the time of season where Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is about to begin to start working, man. You see, in this earth. You see? And I'm going to go down. This is verse 17. It says, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days, you see? And this is the prophet Hedges ultimately having a vision about the times in which it is that us hopeful like brothers and sisters are in. When all hell breaks loose in America, when the Lord breaks the staff of bread in Egypt, and this place really starts to go through the turmoil and the anarchy that's about to come upon this place. You see? And the prophet Hedges, as I just read, said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Because he saw how bad it got out here, man. He saw how evil people became once everything started, failing, man. Once this place, America, as they know it, started to, go downhill. When things start to collapse, when things really got desperate in this place. He seen how people behave, man, and it got terrible out here, man. And these are the things that we're prophesying and warning you Israelites that's soon to come. You see? But I'm finished reading. It says, verse 18, the beginning of sorrows, right? And we are in the beginning of sorrows, man. Because it's only going to get worse. Everything that we ultimately see happening in this place now, that you got a lot of people losing their mind and bugging out about and thinking that, oh, man, this is bad. It's going to get way worse than that, man. You see, these people ain't seen nothing yet. These people complaining about getting they $200 cut from their food stamps, man. That's how simple these people are, man. Not knowing that this thing's way worse than this that's about to befall and come upon them. You see? That's how lost these people are, man. You see, it tells you in Isaiah chapter 60 that gross darkness shall, be over the people, man. And we see that these people in America especially are in gross darkness, man. These people are destroyed, man. You see? Through, all the way around, man. You see? But I'm going to finish reading. It says the beginning of sorrows, right? And great mournings. The beginning of famine, right? Because famine is coming. And powers, Salakia. And great death, right? Because you're about to have a lot of violence going on, man. A lot of people through these different plagues that the Lord is about to unleash upon the earth. A lot of people are about to be getting judged, man. You see? It's about to get real hectic out here, man. You see? It says great death, the beginning of wars, right? That's talking about World War III, race wars, class wars, all of the different things that's ultimately about to unfold here soon in America and worldwide, right? These are the things that are coming. It says, the beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. the beginning of evils, right? And that word evils means bad times, man. In the Hebrew, it means rayam, right? It says, what shall I do when these evils shall come? And for the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, you see, we're going to be putting our trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because we know that ultimately the Lord is the only one that can ultimately deliver us and bring us through these terrible times that we about to step into. Because ultimately he's the one that's bringing it. You see, going into what I read earlier, that the Lord creates good and evil. He the one bringing the evil. So who you think we're going to be putting our trust in to bring us through the evil day that's coming? The Lord. You see, that's who we putting all our trust in, man. Right? What did it say in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5? It says to trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths, man. Hey, we're going to put our trust in the Lord in these times, man, that he's going to come through for us, man. What did it say in Sirach chapter 2? Let me grab that. I'm going to go to Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach chapter 2. You see? And I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old, right? That's why it tells us in Romans 15:4, you see that the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. That's why Yahweh Hashem Yahushua blessed us with this word. We look at all of the different accounts of our forefathers and what they went through, and we learn from those and we apply it to our lives for the times we about to come into. Because we're about to come into hard times, and we're going to have these different accounts to comfort us in the times and seasons we're about to go through. You see, that's why we have the different accounts throughout the scriptures of our forefathers being in, desperate situations, and ultimately Yahweh Hashem Yahushua delivering them from it. That's why you got the three holy children, man. You see, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they was in the flame of the fiery furnace. You see, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua delivered them from that. You see, you got our forefather Daniel, he was in the lion's den. You see, the Lord sent the prophet Habakkuk to give Daniel some food in the lion's den to comfort him, man. The Lord sent the angel to shut the mouths of the lions so that they could not touch Daniel. These are the same things that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to be doing in these times for his men in these times of danger when all of this hell comes. You see, he's going to be with us, man. You see, Lord's willing, we be at that number, right? So I'm going to finish reading it. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did any ever trust in the Lord, right? And was confounded. And the answer to that is no. You see, our power, he's a merciful power, and he always came through for everybody that trusted in him, man. You see, what did it say in Psalm chapter 9? I got to grab that. That's a beautiful scripture. I got to grab it. What did the Lord do, man? To anybody that have ever sought after him, he have never forsaken them, man. Especially if you came to him in truth and sincerity, man. The Lord is going to deal with you, man. What did it say in Psalms 34:18? That the Lord is nigh unto them that be of a broken heart and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit, man. Roughly paraphrasing, right? So bear with me. I'm going to go to, I got to grab that scripture. Psalms chapter 9. This is Psalms chapter 9. And I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, and they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, Yahweh, has not forsaken them that seek thee, right? So those that call upon the names of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in truth and sincerity in these times that we're coming into, especially if you're the Lord's elect, guess what? He's going to be with you, man. He's not going to leave you confounded. You see, he's not going to leave you in misery, man. You see, he's not going to leave you in a state of not knowing what to do. He's not going to leave you hopeless. You see, that's not going to be for the Lord's elect, man. That's going to be for the 2/3 of these heathens, though. You see, that's what's going to be their fate, misery, suffering. You see, torments. You see, being in, shambles, not knowing what to do. That's going to be their lots, man. You see? But I'm going to finish reading. It says, verse 11, for the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is full of compassion and mercy, right? It says, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction, man. You see, and we're about to get ready to come into some very afflicting times. And guess what? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Lord's willing, we be at that number. He's going to deliver us in these afflicting times that we're about to go through. You see, he's going to be with us, man. He's going to aid us and comfort us and guide us and through everything that we're about to ultimately go through. You see? And we believe this through faith, man. You see, because faith is what's going to get us through these times to come. Right? What did it say in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8? It said, it is by faith that ye are saved, and that is not of yourselves. It is a gift of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So, hey, in this time of season we're in, that's why the Lord is putting certain brothers and sisters through so many different trials and tests of your faith, man. It's all to build you up, especially if you're the elect. The Lord is going to chastise you and put you through that fiery furnace of affliction, man, just to build your faith up in him for the times we're about to come into. Because like I said, we're going to be in the midst of all of this stuff that's happening too. We're going to be in the midst of Jacob's trouble. We're going to be in the midst of the class wars, the race wars, the famine. But guess what? The Lord is going to be with us, though. Lord's willing. You see if we are that number, right? So I'm going to get back to where I left off at. I'm going to go back to 2nd Hedges 16. And I'm going to finish reading verse 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, right? Tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges, right? And when you go into that word scourges, it goes into basically like it's sent as a punishment. You see? That's why the Lord is sending these evils, man, these plagues, all for punishment, man, for the way that this world is being ran, the wickedness that's taking place in this country, especially among his own people. So that's why these punishments are about to come. You see? These hard and terrible, dreadful times, these perils. You see? It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute, right? And it says, I'm going to read I can read 20. It said, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? Because like I said, look at what's happening now. You got all of these evil things that are happening around the world, and Jake is still walking around in their wickedness, man. They're not trying to repent and turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, even though they see that things in this place, America and worldwide, are getting worse. They still not trying to seek the Lord. You see? But it says, verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, right? Victuals going into food, right? Resources, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, man. And that's what's ultimately happening. People still able to go to their Walmarts, they Sam's, they Save-A-Lots, wherever they shop, and they still able to get food, man. So in their mind, everything's still good. You still able to go down to whatever place you go to, fast food, wherever people go, and eat whatever they eat. They think themselves to be in good case, not knowing that the evils and everything that's happening in the earth is only going to get worse. You see, day by day, night by night, things are going to continue to escalate and to get worse. What did it say in 2nd Hedges 14 and 16, man? For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. So each day that goes by is going to be worse than the day that was before, right? Verse 17 tells us, for look how much the world shall be weakened through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them. You see, talking about the people that dwell therein, which are the people that dwell in this earth, man. You see, the more these evils and the more these things that we're prophesying about is going to come upon these people, man. You see, soon come. But I'm going to read it. It says, I'm going to go down. Verse 22, it says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. A lot of people going to die not having nothing to eat, man. You see, and we know that's a terrible way to go out, man. You see, perishing, ultimately not having anything to eat. You see, dying of, hunger is a terrible judgment, man. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua ultimately has that in store and set for 2/3 of his people in these heathens, man. A lot of them gonna find themselves starving to death. You see, and I'm gonna just go to a precept to prove that that's a terrible way to be judged. You see, this is Lamentations chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 8, and it says, their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets, right? It says their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It has become like a stick, man. And that's what's going to be a lot of these people here soon in America. So your average American that's obese and over 300, 400, 500 pounds, guess what? In these times we coming into, guess what? They're going to be as a stick, man, due to the famine and the lack of food that's going to be in this country. You see, people going to be skinny like a little, stick, man. That's what is going to be real soon, man. You're going to have people out here suffering, It's going to be terrible, man. It really is. This is verse 9. It said, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. And like I said, the reason that is more painful to go out by hunger than the sword, because when you ultimately get, afflicted by the sword, is going to be an easy death, you see, being shot or something like that. But to perish of hunger, you see, and not have anything to eat, your body is going to deteriorate and eat itself from within, man. That's a terrible, painful judgment, man. And like I said, this is what the Lord has in store for a lot of these wicked people, man. Soon come. You see? And I'm going to finish reading it back at 2nd Hedges 16. And I'm going to finish reading verse 22. It said, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, which is going to be done through all of the chaos, the violence. You see, the Egyptian against Egyptians and all of the other stuff that's coming to America. So you're going to have a lot of people, perishing under the sword as well, which are these guns that everybody possesses, right? And it says, verse 23, and it says, And the dead shall be cast out as dung, man. You see, you're going to have people bodies out here in the streets of America just laying out. You see, not having anybody to bury them, man. That's how much death is going to be in this country real soon, man. You see? And it said, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down, man. Like I said, this place, America, is going to be in total ruins, man. You see, that's ultimately what's getting ready to happen real soon, you see? So I'm going to actually go back to Matthew 24. And I'm going to finish at verse 7. It said, and there should be famines, right? But we know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's going to protect his elect in all of these dangerous times, man. You see, when you do have lack of food and you have the resources being slim, guess what? The Lord is going to come through for the elect, man. You see, he's going to make sure that they can eat. He's going to make sure that they ultimately can be sustained. They have clean water and things like that to drink. That's why as I was going into the things written the fourth time were written, I learned it. Because guess what? The Lord did miracles, man. You see, the Lord sent the angel to feed the prophet Elijah, man, when he was under the tree. You see, when he was hungry, you see, the Lord sent Habakkuk, you see, to go to the lions then and feed Daniel. So you don't think in these times we coming into, the Lord ain't going to feed us? If we trust in him, if we're sincere, if we're of his number, the elect, he's definitely going to come through for us, man. You see, by doing all type of miracles, man. You see, as it tells you in Psalms chapter 37 and 25, you know, King David said that. He said, I have been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous, right, forsaken, nor his seed begging bread, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not going to ultimately allow his elect, you see, his remnant, you see, to ultimately to, you know, perish or to be, you know, in a pitiful case in these times that he's bringing, man. He's going to make sure that they're sustained, man. As it tells us right here, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go to Isaiah 65. And I'm going to read verse 13, right? It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, my servants, right? Who are the servants of the Lord, right? The prophets, the elect, man, the remnant. My servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry, right? Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. It tells you in the book of Job, you know, roughly paraphrasing that in the time of famine, we shall laugh, man. You see, the hopeful elect men and their children and the elect ladies, guess what? We're going to be laughing, Lord's willing, in the time of famine, if we're at that number. Because guess what? The Lord is going to be coming through for us, man. We're going to have an abundance of things, man. You see, and we're going to have protection from on high. Everybody else is going to be miserable and suffering, not knowing what to do, losing their minds, resulting in cannibalism, man. Because that's what's coming to America. You see, that's in the scriptures as well, man. You're going to have people out here cannibalizing each other, man, because the lack of food. You see, and I'm going to go to the scripture just to prove that. Because that's coming too to America, man. All of these things that you people think will never happen, that you'll never do in a million years, just wait. Because a lot of you people, y'all going to be out here cannibalizing or getting eaten for you Babylonians, man. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse 57. It said, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. Verse 58, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, and very hunger of bread, and thirst of water, you see. So that's what's coming. Like I said, you're going to have cannibalism when this famine truly hits America, man. People are going to resort to eating each other, man, because, hey, the lack of food, and people going to want to survive, man. You see, people going to become very, very desperate, especially when they see the Lord ain't with them. Like they thought in their mind he was, oh, the Lord loves me. He cares about me. He going to come through for my help and support. Oh, Jesus going to be there. Jesus ain't helping you in this day that's coming. Because ultimately, Jesus doesn't exist, man. It's a damn idol. And that's what a lot of you Jakes and a lot of you Edomites and other heathens are about to see real soon. JC ain't going to save you in what's coming, man. You see, if you ain't got your Yahweh Shem Yahushua with you, which ultimately you being of his elect, hey, you going to be in a pitiful case when all of this stuff happens. You ain't going to be delivered. You ain't going to be saved. You ain't going to be taken care of, man. The Lord ain't going to come to the aid of you people, man. Only if you're the elect, which Abarat Desire, we pray and hope that we're a part of that hopeful number, man, right? So I'm going to get back to where I left off at Isaiah 65 and 14. It said, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And when it says that ye shall be hungry, ye shall be ashamed, ye shall be thirsty, that's ultimately going into the 2/3 of our people, man, that ultimately have not taken heed from the men of the Lord. Guess what? The Lord is going to be feeding his elect of the nation of Israel in these times, protecting them. And the 2/3 of our people that didn't take heed, they're going to see these things and they're going to be angry. They're going to be, upset. They're going to be wishing in their mind that they would have listened to the men of the Lord. Because they're going to know that the Lord is taking care of his people, man. But they're going to have to do whatever they got to do to, ultimately, make it through. But ultimately, they ain't going to make it through, man. You see? Because the Lord has ultimately marked the 2/3 of our people for death. So no matter what they try to do, they ain't going to find a way up out of this situation that's coming. They ain't going to be able to escape the judgment that Yahweh Shem Yahushua predestined has for them, man. You see? They're going to get caught in the midst of all this stuff, man. And they're not going to have no protection. You see? But like I said, I'm going to get back to Matthew 24. And I'm going to start at verse 7 again. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences, right? Diseases that's going into viruses. Every day you look, there's a new disease that's popping up, man. And I actually got an article I'm going to pull up through the Spirit that I posted yesterday, man. Every time you look in the news, there's a different, sickness that's coming out, man. Whether it be the measles, whether it be, they got this new kissing bug disease that just came out with this bug that can, bite you and it basically inserts poison in your body that can make your heart fail. I mean, there's all type of things out here that the Lord is unleashing, man. And we know that all of these things he's going to unleash upon the wicked, man. 2/3 of his people and you heathens, man. These are going to be the judgment set for you people, man. You see? But I'm going to go to this article. Right? Bear with me. You got to pull it up real quickly. All right? Right? This is the article, right? And it says, Salakia, we go up, right? It says 5 deleted and dozens hospitalized amid outbreak of flesh-eating bacteria linked to beaches and seafood, right? And it says the Vibria vulnificus, right, continues to sicken people in Louisiana, right? As the state urges residents to take precautions, man. You see, so like I said, you got all type of diseases and pestilences and sicknesses that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is sending upon this place, America, man. And it's only going to get worse. You see, like I said, everything that we see happening upon this place is only the beginning, man. Of greater judgment and greater evil that's soon about to come upon this earth, man. Especially this place, America, because like I always say, this place is going to get it the worst from the Lord, man. You see, the Lord is going to have a field day, judging this place and the people in it that are not of his elect. You see? But hey, I'm going to grab this precept right here. This is St. Matthew 24 and 7 again. It says, and earthquakes in diverse places, man. And everywhere you look in the news, there's earthquakes that are taking place. You see, all of these things are ultimately indicators that what time and season we are in the earth, man. Right? And as it says, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows, man. So like I was saying earlier, everything that people see ultimately happening in this place, America, that they deem in their mind is bad. These people ain't seen nothing yet, man. And people are already panicking and bugging out and losing their mind now. How much more in the coming days, weeks, and months, man? With everything the Lord is about to bring. Because things is only going to continue to keep turning up. You see, day by day, night by night, minute by minute, second by second, hour by hour. Things are just going to continue to get worse. It ain't going to go back to normal. It ain't going to go back to how you want it to be. You see, where you could be cozy and at ease. You see, living in your wickedness. No, that's over, man. What's coming is ultimately judgment, you see? And ultimately, we want to be on the good side of Yahweh Shem Yahushua when that judgment comes, right? As it says right here, this is back in 2nd Hedges 16, and I'm gonna read verse 37. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, you see, because things ain't gonna slack up. Well, the majority of you people ultimately want to believe in your mind, oh, it's gonna get back normal. You see, maybe we just gotta hold on in there. We just gotta continue to keep believing on Trump. He gonna make America great again. All of our people love putting their trust in man, man. You see, Jake loved trusting in the oppressor, like he gonna help him, like he gonna save the day. You see, just like you got a lot of Jakes crying now about Captain Kirk. You see, a lot of you Jakes, man, the Lord got something coming for you Jakes, man. You see, but it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and they're not slack. You see, things ain't gonna slack up. It ain't gonna go back to normal. It's just gonna continue to get worse, right? Verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringing forth her son, right? Within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, right? Verse 39, even so shall not the plagues, right, which are the judgments, the evils, right, be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn, right, which are the people in the world, and sorrows, right, shall come upon it on every side, man. And that's the time and season that we are in, that, hey, the Lord is about to bring sorrows upon all sides of this place, America, man, and the world, you see? And like I was saying, these things are ultimately for the wicked, man, you see? So for us hopeful elect brothers and sisters that are out here rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of our abilities, doing those things in which it is that we can do that is pleasing unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord's willing, we be at that number. Hey, the Lord doesn't have these things in store coming for us, Lord's willing. These things are for the wicked, man. You see, as it tells us right here, this is Sirach. You know, also known as Ecclesiasticus. I'm going to go to chapter 40. And I'm going to start at verse 9. It said, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, right? Famine, tribulation, and the scourge, right? Verse 10, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. So like I said, the only thing we got to continue to do is just continue to keep putting our trust and hope in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, and doing those things that we know is pleasing unto our power. And Lord's willing, when all of these things come, guess what? The Lord is going to be with us, man. We have nothing to worry about. You see, but as for these other people, it's going to get extremely bad out here for these people, man. You see? But you know, hey, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's lesson. I'll be right to Zion, pray and be edified to you, brothers and sisters. Just something quick through the spirit. With that being said, we're going to end the lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakaha, Quadash. And double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well and that teach well, while I learn this truth 100% according to the Bible. Also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000, the men, the prophets, you Akim out there teaching his word in truth and sincerity throughout the four winds of the earth. And shalom to you Akwaf, which are you few sisters that are sincere, that are doing the things that the scriptures have told you to do to the best of your ability. Shalom to you and your children. Till the next time, I'm going to say, Kwam Yashala and abide Babal. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.